Hello! Welcome to another Book Refuge reading vlog. Today is my actual birthday, so I took the day off to have a me day. So I just did up my makeup and my hair. This new hairstyle took me a little bit to figure out what I like best. But now I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble and get myself a coffee, have probably a croissant for breakfast, and then hit up a couple shops where I'm getting some birthday coupons because birthday deals are the best. So, in regards to reading plans this week, still two of the same books that I've been reading. You know, Eye of the World, I want to get a good way in, and Aragon I'm planning to need to be finished this week. I'm only about 200 pages left, so that is going to be kind of a main goal for me. As well as I just started reading The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. I broke down and reactivated my Scribd account, which apparently I still was able to get a 30-day trial for that because I just need more audiobooks in my life. I love audiobooks, and when I get my new audiobook from Audible, I usually have read it in like 3 days. So I was like, well, let's give Scribd a try. I know there's some issues with it, and like you don't always get as many books as you want, but even if I'm only getting another book a month, then that's 2 audiobooks a month, and that's a good amount. Update, I did finish Dry yesterday. I didn't talk about it because I had already ended that reading vlog, but I finished Dry last night and I loved it. I'll talk about it more in my monthly wrap up, but I gave it 5 stars. I had such a ride listening to that on my way home to Pillager and back, and then I only had like 2 hours left, so I just pair read it. Like I read the physical book while I was listening to the end of it, and it was fabulous. So yeah, so Aragon, Eye of the World, and The Black Prism, I guess, and then I'm going to try to read another book on my TBR. Otherwise, I'm just going to read something else. Like, I'm not loving my TBR this month. I've only read like 3 of the books from it, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to have a great birthday day, and I'll check in with you later. Hey, everybody. Today is Wednesday, November 20th. Heading home from work. I have a bunch of paperwork I have to get done, and it's just easier to do it from home. So, heading home to do that. Also, I'm expecting Peace and Turmoil to be there, so I have a little bit of an ulterior motive why I'm going home. If I have it, I will unpack it for you because it's beautiful. Also, I need to film a few things. I have a couple fun videos planned that I just decided because, you know, there's certain videos that you know you're going to do every month, but when you're someone who does 3 videos a month, sometimes it's hard to decide what to do a video about. But I came up with a fun thing that I've seen some other people do, and I think my channel friends will like it. I think you guys will like it, so I'm excited. Book updates. I finished Aragon on my birthday. Was awesome. I spent just like 2 hours. After I went and got some coffee, I came back and I was doing laundry, and I just, no distractions, finished it, and I love it. There's so many tropes. There's so many things that could make it unenjoyable, especially since I've read so many more fantasies now in my life. It could be dull or overdone, but to me it just isn't. To me it's just beautiful and so atmospheric and awesome, and I adore it. So that still gets 5. Well, I guess I did give it 4.5 for some things I'll talk about in my wrap up, but those are more, I'm just more aware, and they didn't have to do with like likability. Like, it's still a 5-star likability, but I gave it 4.5 just for a couple reasons I'll talk about in that. Otherwise, my main goal is to finish Wheel of Time this week, giving me 1 week left to, because I usually film my wrap-ups a couple days early, you guys know that. So I want to finish that, and then at least 1 more book before I do that. And then I'm listening to The Black Prism, which is by Brent Weeks, and I got it on Scribd. I've been listening to that, and it's very interesting to me. I have heard a lot of controversial stuff, so I'm going to keep my eyes out for it. I've heard there's some really misogynistic and like sexist things. So far, I haven't seen too many of those, but I mean, I also am not super affected by those in fantasy novels. I'm just not. but I will keep an eye out because I want to be honest to other people who will enjoy it, you know what I mean? But I'm really liking it. The magic system is so cool. Like, I'm slowly they like can use color to like make things, and like weapons and flying machines, and it's so cool. So it's gonna have to be pretty bad sexist wise for me to not give it at least a decent rating, because I'm having a great time so far. I'm listening to it and I'm loving it. So unless it's like real bad, I'm probably gonna give it a good rating. So just a warning for y'all. But I will check in with you soon when I hopefully have some more reading done. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. I'm like so excited for this. Oh, it's so pretty. You can't even see. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I don't know when I'll get to read it, but I can't wait. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Elliot, I can't wait to read your book. You probably aren't seeing mine, but I'm so excited to read it. So, anyway. Okay, that was enough of me being shocked. So, happy Friday. Or it's Monday to you, but it's Friday for me. Have some interesting news to share. So, wow, it's weird to talk about this, which is why I'm kind of just like slipping it into a vlog and hope that no one calls me out on it, because I don't know what will happen from here. But I finally finished like a solid outline for a story I've had in my head and my heart for the last 3 years maybe. There was always this one girl who's just kind of been in my head, and whenever, you know, I think about writing something or I dream about telling my own story, she's always just right there. And she's like, hey, you could tell mine. And I don't know that this will ever come to fruition, because I mean, I'm going to say I do have time to write. I mean, there's plenty of people much busier than me. But finding the ambition for it is something I struggle for. And I think a lot of it is like the fear of it, right? Of putting yourself out there, of actually committing to it. Because it's like, if you never start, then you can never be judged for what you wrote, because it's not a completed story for anyone to judge. It just belongs to me. But I've started the beginning a few times, because I feel like I need to be a linear writer, but I always get like 3 chapters in or 10,000 words in, and I'm just can't do it anymore because I don't know where it would go. I know I built a pretty good system up. I like know what I want to do, but I just never committed to it. Sorry, I just walked by people, so I had to stop recording on my way to the car. It's actually warm in the car right now. The first day where it's been hot when I've gotten in the car. So spring must be here. But anyway, I finished a solid full outline. I used Katie Tastic's video, which I'll link down below, where she goes over her 3-act 9-block structure. And I didn't follow it completely, because the kind of story she arced out like isn't what mine is. And it actually helped a lot, because whenever I would like stumble, I would just look and be like, okay, what should happen story-wise here? And then that would spark something. So I wrote a 4-page like outline, and it was actually like I wrote like paragraph for like each one. So that's 27 chapters or whatever. So that happened, and I don't know when I'll like continue that next, but I mean, it's setting my mind spinning of like all the things I want to fill in. And actually some characters I didn't know that would be in the story like popped up when I was doing it, because I was like, oh, I need someone to do this here. And I learned a few things about my people. So wow, that was really fun. I did that in like 2 hours last night, and yeah, it was amazing. So anyway, this may be the first and only update on my story because I don't know what I would do next, but just thought I'd tell you because you're some people that I can tell this to. So anyway, next time you see me, it will be the wrap up for the week because I read a lot. Hey guys, sorry for the bit of a hot mess of a wrap up for this, but tomorrow is my last birthday party that I'm having and I won't have time to film tomorrow because I have people spending the night tonight and then we're gonna be busy all day. So I just wanted to pop in and wrap up everything. So let's go through what I finished this week. I got a lot of reading done. So as I mentioned before, on my birthday on Monday, I finished reading Aragon. I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars this time. It has always been a 5-star to me. I still adore it. There are a few things that were a little more annoying, and it's mostly just because since I know where everything is going, you know, but it does definitely follow a chosen one story right to the T, but I love it. And for me, that's because of relationship. I love Saphira and Aragon's relationship together. I love that it's almost like a mother-son slash best friend slash brother slash all the things, and their camaraderie together and their care of each other is so beautiful to me. I adore it. So it's still great. I still love Brahm. I still love the atmosphere. I still love the magic system. It makes sense to me. I love that it has harsh consequences. And I'm very excited to continue this reread. It's going to be fabulous. I'm going to read Eldest next month and I'm so excited. Then, which I think I actually finished this one first, so I've already messed up. I finished Dry on Sunday, so I finished this one the day before. This was so good. I can't wait to talk about it more in my full wrap-up. I listened to this on audio, and then I finished it, reading it, because once I got home from the weekend, I just had to finish it. It was so good. This is about if California had their water shut off and they run out, and so it's called Dry, and everything's super flammable and everyone's running out of water and people start dying. And on the other side of the United States there is a hurricane happening, so like FEMA is sending all of their help and their water to them, and so the United States doesn't take this serious fast enough, and there are really harsh consequences for that. So it was so good. It's told from 4 or 5 different perspectives, as well as there's these different snapshots from people that we like run into as things happen. And it's just so good. The main characters are Alyssa and Kelton, who are next door neighbors, and Kelton's parents are preppers, and her family is just like a normal family, and they run into drama. It's so good. I highly, highly recommend this. I gave this 5 stars because it was so good. And it's a standalone, which that doesn't happen very often. Next, just yesterday, I finished reading The Eye of the World. And I still don't know how to explain this. I gave it 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. It was hard to push through because there's a lot of setup going on. And one of the things about Robert Jordan, I'm sure you have heard this from people who know him much better than me, he doesn't dumb things down for you, which is, I'm sure, super great upon a reread because you're able to just like pick up things that you couldn't have picked up before. However, this is my first time through it, and I think in some ways it's a little, I'm trying to find a word that's not insulting because I'm not trying to insult it. I think it's a little bit presumptuous to assume that someone is going to like double, triple read your book series, especially one that's 14. So for me, it's just hard because I want to be so into this world and I know it's going to take me a while. And so that makes me sad, but also excited. And I'm reading The Great Hunt with Murphy next month, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm obviously going to keep going. I know that I will love this more later on. It's just hard because I wanted it now. So, and then last night, to my total surprise, I had, as you can see, I've been reading a lot of like sci-fi fantasy. That one was kind of dystopian, but it was a contemporary dystopian. I, last night, in like 2.5 hours, read The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, I think is how you say it. This, I'm sure you've seen all over Booktube. You don't need me to explain it to you, but Stella is on the autism spectrum or has Asperger's, I believe, as well as this is in Own Voices by Helen Huang. And she is told by her parents that they would like grandchildren, and so she needs to figure out how to be good at relationships. And because she is very well thought out and methodical, she decides to hire someone to teach her. So she hires Michael Fan, who is an escort, and they come up with a deal for first him to teach her about the ways between a man and a woman, and then eventually it's a fake dating trope at the same time. And I loved it. There were parts that really made me roll my eyes. There were parts that were where I was kind of like, this is boring. And it definitely followed the typical fake dating trope all the way through. But it was really sexy. It was really fun. And I ended up giving it 4 stars. So that is everything I read this week. Sorry this vlog is so long, but you guys keep coming back, so you must love me. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, I put up new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can watch some more videos right now. Bye!